Oh, what have I let myself in for this time? This wreck of a bike is my 1990 Honda VFR400. It's called a VFR because of its neat little V4 engine, which currently is a non-runner, and the rest of the bike is in equally poor condition. So with the customary before shots done, let's get into what problems I've found so far. Well, for starters, there's no locks on the bike since they both fell apart. Now, I'm just left with this solitary key. Also, as you can see here, none of the body panels are bolted on securely, and all of the indicator lenses are held on with tape. Then we get to the nasty stuff, like how the body panels are almost twice as thick as they should be with the sheer amount of paint and filler on them. The front forks are starting to break out in rust, as well as leaking all over the place. And to top it off, someone decided to paint the fork legs to try and imitate an anodised finish, and wasn't very successful at it. We also have the issue of the front and rear brakes being seized on. Getting this bike on the ramp was not fun. And then we have the novelty of every nut and bolt in this bike being mismatched. In this small section alone, we have cap head, JIS with slot, pan head Phillips, another cap bolt, threaded bar, and an M5 hex bolt. So with that brief rundown over, let's start stripping it. And since I'm dealing with a multitude of fasteners, I'll take a selection of tools back through with me. So with all the fairings removed, I can see from the part numbers that they are all original Honda panels, so will of course need to be saved to keep the bike original. It's going to be a massive challenge though, as they are in such poor condition. The tank, however, is a piece of cake to save, as it isn't covered in inches of body filler and isn't rusted through. Now, let's make a start on stripping the mechanicals. And now, with a little RRC magic, let's instantly remove the wiring loom. Sadly, I got it a bit wrong this time and made it rain as well. Now for a little coffee break. Break over. Now let's get the swing arm off. Well, it turns out that Honda single-sided swing arm pivot bolts certainly come out a lot easier than Ducati 916 or 748 ones. Check out my main channel page to see those videos. With the removal of these last two bolts, the engine is free of the frame and can finally be removed and sat aside for a full rebuild, as I've a sneaking suspicion it's been boiled over more than once, but more on that later. A quick final check to make sure all the bolts are out. And there we have it, one old and crusty V4 engine liberated from the frame. Now, to split the forks from the frame and the teardown will be complete. And just as quick as that, the VFR400 has gone from a complete bike to a bunch of ruined old parts sitting on a shelf waiting to be fully restored and become iconic once more. So I hope you will join me again next time to see the bike starting to take shape again. See you all again soon.